We're about 1 minute out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and set up my chart so that we can watch the reaction together. But remember, the real stuff, we usually see a dip in viewers after the stream or after the spike. Don't go anywhere after the spike, because after the spike is where we actually get into trade ideas and we can make more informed decisions. I've got gold, euro. I'm going to put my NASDAQ trade up in the top right. We'll keep NASDAQ up here. And so we've got euro in about 30 seconds out. So gold, euro, NAS. Let's go ahead and put the USD JPY here as well. So we've got some yen on the board. We've got euro on the bottom left. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yen, euro, gold, NAS. Of course, I am long NAS, so we'll see how this impacts my trade. And we're about coming in. So breaking news. Here we go. All right, and CPI number coming out now. Euro shooting up, NASDAQ making a strong move. Look at that gold move, guys. Gold, huge push, 1942, printing. This looks like a pretty solid number here, guys. Must have come out. Look at this, decidedly strong candle so far. Let's go take a look at the numbers, see if we've got them in just now. I'm going to pull up Forex Factory so that we can take a look at the print here for CPI. CPI year over year came in better than expected, 3%. This, of course, beats the expectation. Look at this, 0.2% month over month, and we got a better than expected print. This is a win across the board. For my NASDAQ position, we're probably floating. Yeah, look at that. There we go, up $1,600 on the NAS signal that was shared in their Discord. That is awesome, man. Nice push there. We got the number, we got the print that we wanted to, and this is awesome. This is a great position to be in. Shout out to fellow NAS bulls. If you were in this trade with me inside of the Discord, this was fantastic. This is definitely a situation where we can start trailing stops and making some money on this. And gold bulls, you're probably happy here today as well. Again, big push for the NASDAQ. Love to see that. Gold shooting up 1944, big recovery move, and the euro is back up 1.1060 coming into play. Dollar yen taking a serious beating here this morning. NAS100 making that move that we wanted to see. You love to see it. Of course, you know, like I said, we didn't know what the news was going to be. I did have a lean to the bullish side on the NASDAQ. Clearly, that's why I held my position for the last few days. But it's nice to actually get the numbers follow through. This is a huge push on the dollar to the downside. Dollar weakness still in play here, of course, off of the back of a cooling CPI. Why does this make NASDAQ so strong, gold so strong, euro so strong, and dollar so weak? It's because, guys, this is a number that the Fed is going to clap their hands to and say, hey, that's really nice. We're seeing some progress. And what does that mean? That means they don't necessarily need to be as aggressive in their monetary policy. Monetary policy is what pushes the dollar up. It pushes gold down as, you know, people start to go in bonds instead of gold. So there's a competitive edge there for bonds when the yields are rising. But today we got a beautiful print. And this, of course, gives the equities markets, the NASDAQ trade that I'm in, of course, benefiting hugely from this because the Fed may be less likely to rate hike. And that, my friends, is why that stuff matters, right? Fundamentals matter so much. And again, love to see this because this is a win across the board on CPI year over year, month over month, and core. The big one being core, right? The core CPI takes out things like food and energy, the more volatile components of inflation measurements. And it says, hey, look at just the actual products that are kind of sitting in the store month to month. If you do see that core cooling, which we see month over month, that's lovely to real inflation, not just, you know, food and energy, right? Gas prices can be all over the place. So core takes that out. And so what we see here today is we see a win in all three readings, which is absolutely awesome. So again, NASDAQ 100, I am still long. My goal here today, for those of you guys who are inside of the Discord watching my trade on NAS, I'm really happy to see this thing breaking through past resistance, and I do plan to try and trail a stop here today, especially once we get on this hourly candle close I want to see this thing close strong like this, and if it does, which it does seem like it will, again, we've got 30 minutes left in the candle, so I guess I shouldn't speak too soon. But if we're able to close above this area, I will definitely be looking to trail my stop and at the very least take my risk off the table. So up $1,700 on this trade so far, and we'll see if this one wants to run for us. Not bad at all. This is also pretty good for my silver options plays. Look at this. That's fantastic. So we're in profit on both puts that I sold. Let's see what else. IWM probably looking really good. Love to see that. My puts, my bullish play on the Russell is looking really good. Dow Jones, US 30. Same concept. I am basically bullish, up $200 on this one as well. It's a knockout week here for us so far. So, and I don't say this to brag because I do want to be, clear. This is not every week for me. I don't know the future. I'm not a magician. I don't have a crystal ball, but this is a great week for me. So when we have great weeks, it's awesome. We just take them with the bad, right? You can have bad weeks, you have good weeks. This one just happens to be a really good one, as the CPI print is really helping us out.
Hey Frank, did you get that EDGEFINDER work done I asked you about?
Yeah, I did, but why did you have me do this? I don't get it. I mean, why did we take away half of it?
Oh yeah, this looks just so much better. You can really read right here especially. You get everything you want just in one spot. It looks the greatest it's ever looked.
Come on, Frank, you get it. It makes so much more sense now.
Keep it like that forever, really.
Right now, for a limited time, get the EDGEFINDER half off. Yes, 50% off the EDGEFINDER. Slash that price in half and get your hands on the tool today by messaging us down below using the link in the description or in the chat right now.
Keep it like that forever, really.
I literally just read a comment from Richmond Fred Barkin. He says that inflation is still too high. And I'm like, oh. Here we go again. So my initial response is great. Last time was 5.3, now it's 4.8, and both month over month are 0.2, which is normal, which is like what it should be at to get a 2.5% target of year over year, and year over year headline is 3%, which is just 1% away from 2. So we're getting there. Like this. I would say this is the turning point. We are actually getting inflation under control to some extent, so this might be the end of the dollar bullishness.
No, I'm there with you too. I think a lot of people, Eivind, have been pointing to that core and saying, well, that's the problem. Of course, headline has come down quite a bit. The oil market cooling off a bit did a lot to help that. We saw, of course, the yearly rotation of how the year over year inflation print works. Once those really high prints kind of rotate out of rotation, right, you see inflation kind of fall in the headline. But again, the core, as you mentioned, coming down today was a really big improvement. And I think that the bears will have a hard time. Well, the stock market bears, the dollar bulls will have some problems with it. But again, core looking pretty good. The 2-year yield is down here today. We see pretty much a win across the board for what seems to be risk on and outlook for the Fed. What do you think, Eivind? So you mentioned you're pretty dollar bearish, I would assume then. Are you looking at any trades?
Yeah, also. Leah says yes, Eivind FX. A lot of people have settled on inflationary pressure. Also, the thing is, what has been until today was there has been a lot of not confusion, but it has been a lot of ups and downs. So it hasn't been clear. So I would start from today, then looking into dollar bearishness. Euro is still too high. Pound is still is too high. In New Zealand, I'm still in a range. So I will then actively from now look for pullbacks on dollar pairs. Though we're still in July. But so I don't know if I still have a lot of issues of try to trend trade it, but maybe a scalp pair and there to the upside in the euro would be great, and then this should then at least go to 112 by the end of it, if this is the direction we're going to go to.
Yep. No, and I think Euro bulls they've had a field day, right? It's been a good last month or two here for Euro bulls, and a lot of people looking at this number and seeing pretty much a win across the board. It rules out some of the last of the dollar bulls, but the question is, do we get sort of an overextended bounce at some point, and could that perhaps produce some opportunities for people who are not already in the position? I know a lot of people in the chat, we mentioned this earlier, a lot of people feeling a bit of FOMO. They're feeling like, wow, I missed everything. The dollar's down big. The gold is up, right? It made its pop. NASDAQ is flying. Eivind, you're a trading coach for a reason. You come with the trading psychology as well as the hard trading stuff as well. So I want to ask you, people who are feeling FOMO, people who are looking at this and like, oh my gosh, I missed everything. What do you say to them?
But now is the fun. Now the fun starts. Like, I'm waiting for you to finish your question, because like this is the thing. It wasn't yesterday. Well, Euro has risen 400 pips, but this is going to be like system bottom. But this is the thing where we're going to start rising on Euro. This is going to, if this is continuing to give us bearish or lower and lower inflation every single time, this thing is going to go up for not forever, but for a very long time. And this isn't done today just because we have been raising today like 30 pips or whatever it is. It isn't half the move even. So
right.
Yeah, I'm like, now I'm excited.
Yeah, no, that's a great point too, because like you said there, the move is okay. Here's the thing, Eivind, there's this concept in markets, and I think this might be an important point for us. In the short term, right? In the short term, markets tend to overreact. This is not my saying. This is like a very common saying about big news changes, right? In the short term, markets tend to overreact, but in the longer term, they tend to underreact. Now, if we break this down here today, Eivind, you mentioned that this could actually potentially be a real pivot on the dollar. Like, we might see real bearishness come into the dollar for a while. And in the short term, it's clear the dollar's made a move, but it hasn't made its long-term move, right? So we're talking about, if this is truly a serious pivot, you're mentioning that, yeah, we made a move on the euro, but the big move has yet to come. Well, in the short term, you probably still don't want to chase the short-term, volatility, but looking for pullbacks, again, you may still be able to take advantage of the longer term push on things like the euro and gold. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, another way to say, if you take NFP in particular, some years ago, the initial move was 100 pips, but right, the aftermath was 200. So there was a 300 pip move until the trend started to change again. So just because you missed the initial move, and then now we are slowly going to unwind positions, because we can't do this in one go, because people have to do their analysis, people have to do their due diligence. And even though everyone's like, oh, this is dollar bearishness, they have to do their offloading. That slowly happens, and then we might even come even below the current level. But overall, we are euro is then now going to start rising again. And the same thing with S&P 500 for that matter. It has now made a new higher high, and it's the highest since, I don't know, since Jesus was born, since April 2022. Okay, you missed it. Okay, and then what? Like, it hasn't ever given you pullback. So go back to COVID. Go back to what was that date? 15th of June 2021, when they changed monetary policy. How long has that been? That's like, was it 9 months until they started raising interest rates? 9 months of good trades. Just saying.
Yep, exactly. No, you're so on. You got to look at the bigger picture. You can't bog down your focus on, I missed it today, because the markets are still going to be there tomorrow, and there might be plenty of great setups along the way there.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free EDGEFINDER, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.